I will explain how Gandhian principles relate to the state. Let us briefly understand these principles first. The essential principles of Gandhism are: number 1, truth. Truth is the most cardinal principle of Gandhism. Mahatma Gandhi was a worshipper of truth. Mahatma Gandhi believed that there is no God higher than truth. He achieved many successes by following the path of truth. Mahatma Gandhi had to bear many suffering for truth. He did not give up that path of truth even in times of failures. He was of the opinion that a truthful person will not harm his opponents, but will make them friends. Gandhiji always considered truth as the ideal and continuously strived for its achievement. He firmly believed that only a society based on truth can become an ideal society. Truth and truthful living constitute the guiding principle of Gandhian philosophy. Non-violence. Next to truth, Mahatma Gandhi expressed full faith in non-violence. In fact, non-violence and truth were to him two sides of the same coin. A seeker of truth always follows the path of non-violence. Non-violence means not to harm any person, not even to one's opponent in any way. Gandhiji was against the propagation of violence in one's thought, words, actions and deeds. A follower of non-violence does not torture others through his words, actions and deeds. He tries to change the heart of others by bearing sufferings for himself. Satyagraha. Mahatma Gandhi advocates dependence upon Satyagraha as the means to resist evil. It is a moral weapon which is based on soul force and not physical force. Satyagraha means clinging to the truth. Satyagraha is the vindication of truth, not by infliction of suffering on the opponent, but on own self. Satyagrahi is nothing but tapasya for truth. Satyagraha is a moral weapon with which one can successfully meet the challenge of evil, injustice, exploitation and untruthfulness. Non-cooperation. Gandhiji was of the opinion that oppression and exploitation were possible only through cooperation given by those who were being oppressed. When the people decide to refuse to cooperate with an unjust government, the unjust system sooner or later comes to an end. Non-violent and non-cooperation can even bend the absolute power of a despot. When negotiations and petitions fail, the evil can be resisted only through non-cooperation. Even a despot government cannot continue to rule without the cooperation of the people. When the people adopt the path of non-cooperation after shedding all fear, the despot also becomes helpless and he has to bow before the public. Gandhiji led the struggle for freedom by adopting non-violent and non-cooperation means and ends. Gandhism firmly believes in the use of good means for the realization of good ends. It firmly stands against the materialistic principle of end justifies means. Gandhism is totally against the use of bad means for the attainment of a good end. It supports the principle of moral ends through moral means. A good end can never be really secured through evil means. Good ends have to be achieved only by good means. State as a soulless machine. Gandhism describes state as a soulless machine. The state represents violence in a concentrated and organized form. the individual has a soul, but the state is a soulless machine. It can never be weaned away from violence because its basis has been force. Gandhiji repudiated the state on historical, moral and philosophical basis. He argued that there was no illustration in history when the state had supported the case of the poor. State is based on force and its orders are enforced with coercive power. So, it has no moral basis. The state curbs the individuality of man and it creates hindrances in the way of economic progress. However, Gandhiji did not favor a complete abolition of the state. He accepted the role of the state as an agency for providing security to the people. State as a means and not as an end. Gandhiji considers state as a mean and not as an end. In the words of Gandhiji, the state is not an end in itself, but a mean of enabling people to better their conditions in every department of life. Gandhiji wanted the state to be a service state. People can oppose the unjust laws and policies of the state. Next is support for a limited functioning state. Gandhiji wanted to limit the functions of the state. Like individualist, Gandhiji regarded the state as a necessary evil. He wished to assign it minimum functions. Like Thoreau, he believed that government is the best which governs the least. Self-government really means greater freedom from the control of the state. Undoubtedly, there are certain functions which cannot be performed without the state. However, a large number of functions can be performed without the state. This can be done by the people solely through their own initiatives and mutual cooperation. Gandhiji did not look with favor the growing power of the state. Ideal society or Ram Rajya. Gandhiji's ideal was a stateless democratic society. This society was to be a federation of self-contained and self-regulated village communities. It was to work on the basis of people's voluntary and peaceful cooperation. Every village was to be a small republic having a panchayat with full powers. Every village republic was to have the right to manage all its affairs. It was also to protect itself from foreign aggression through its own means. Such a society was to be highly civilized, in which every individual was to be aware of its needs and necessities of working with others on the basis of equal labor. Gandhiji named his ideal society as Ram Rajya. Truth and non-violence were to be the basis of Ram Rajya. In the ideal society, people were to lead a happy, peaceful life on the basis of moral and spiritual values, democracy and panchayats. He supported democracy as the best form of government. However, the central point of his concept of democracy was village panchayat system. Panchayats were to play a special role in the Gandhian society. The members of panchayats were to be directly elected by the people. Panchayats were to have sufficient powers to run the administration of villages. Decentralization of powers. Gandhiji was in favor of a democratic state with its powers decentralized. He was of the opinion that the greater the centralization, the lesser was the democracy in the state. Centralization leads to misuse of power. The best principle for the organization of government was full decentralization of powers. Trusteeship theory of private property. He was of the view that every person must have a house to live in, proper food to eat and adequate clothes to cover his body. However, Gandhiji did not want to prevent more hardworking and more talented people to earn more. He also did not want that rich people should be deprived of their property forcibly. He simply believed and advocated the view that the gap between the rich and the poor should be less. It can be bridged only if rich people may come forward to use their talent and wealth not for themselves, but for the betterment of the society as trustees. This is his principle of trusteeship. Nationalism and internationalism. Gandhiji did not find any antagonism between nationalism and internationalism. He was opposed to narrow, violent and aggressive nationalism. He was a firm supporter of world peace and world brotherhood. He stood for positive and healthy adjustment between nationalism and internationalism. I briefed only those principles which are related to the state. I will now explain how these all principles impacted on the idea of Indian state.